Good morning again. It's Sunday, and really it's also the start of cheese week. So if you haven't already, now is time to start opening the Christmas cheeses. It's official. I've opened cheese season. Off we go. So only 3 more lucky dips and then the Christmas Day coffee. Thank you, Malden Coffee Company. This has been brilliant. Today's coffee is Abbey Gate. Well, this one sounds posh. The Abbey Gate coffee embodies complexity and sophistication with its bright acidity, smooth finish, and a balance of sweetness and fruitiness. A true indulgence. So, Abbey Gate, an indulgence of smoothness and fruitiness. Oh, that's quite a light, fresh coffee smell rather than an earthy one. Yes, it is definitely a smooth coffee. Fruity? Possibly. For me, it's a bit more kind of hickory smoke kind of smell. It's nice though, very nice. Abbey Gate coffee. So today's car, and I'm kind of in a way saving the better ones to the end. And by better I mean, and we've talked about this through the year, expectation. So a car that did exceed my expectations of it is this little tiny scale electric 105e Ford Anglia, the broad-speed one. So this little car really did exceed expectations. I mean, for me, this is probably the worst shape you could ever make a slot car. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the shape of a Ford Anglia, but this car is really incredibly tall for how wide it is. It's a narrow little thing. It's so narrow, in fact, I couldn't actually get the axles on the Swift Slots tyre truer because it was narrower than the jaws between the wheels. It's the only car I haven't been able to get on there, but nonetheless, it's that tiny. Now, I say it exceeded expectations. It did in a number of ways. First was the fact that they've come up with quite a good way of building body shells in various parts now, so that the front and rear are cast without bumpers for this racing version. And there are separate pieces for a road-going version with the bumpers, like the Harry Potter one. So the fact that Scale Electric have changed their mindset on how they do a car, rather than just taking bumpers off and hoping people don't notice the holes where the bumpers used to fix on, they've actually gone another step and taken more trouble with it. That surprised me. The other thing that surprised me about this car was how well it ran. I mean, it's very smooth and quiet. And once I'd taken the magnet out and put a little bit of weight in and just trued up these tyres, well, I say trued up, I couldn't put them on the truer, I had to just track sand them. But it handled, not well necessarily, but far better than I expected it would. It's got, you know, it's top heavy, it's narrow. But actually, if you very careful when you drive it so that you know, like a proper car, do all your braking in a straight line so the car is not unsettled once it gets to the corner. Just feed the power in gently and then proper get on it out of the corner. You can get a reasonably good lap put together with this. You can't lean on it into a corner or through a corner like you can with, you know, wider, shorter slot cars. I mean, pick literally probably anything other than this or a Carrera race truck. But nonetheless, for a little tiny car, it's a lot of fun. Now, I did say before, I'm going to tear this apart and do terrible things to it and then redo it. Now, what I'm going to do to it, it's required me to wait for some bits and pieces to turn up, which is why I haven't done it yet. And I apologise, I did say I would. And some people know where this is going and some people don't. And those that do, I'm sorry I haven't done it yet. It is on the list for early in the new year though. So now we come to the 22nd Mrs. Slotard's Christmas joke. What kind of money do they use at the North Pole? Cold, hard cash. See, I like that. I think that's the best one so far. Only a few days left. See you tomorrow.